Hello, everybody. What's up? My name is Graham Elwood. You are watching The Political Vigilante. We are coming to you live at roughly 5:17 p.m. Pacific time, ladies and gentlemen. I am enjoying a smoothie. Unsweetened organic almond milk. Technical difficulties. What's up? Can everybody see and hear me okay? What's up, everybody? Marty, Gamer for Life. Jenna Chornova, what's up? How you been? Haven't seen you in a while. Backyard Politics, what's up? Check out her show. Ryan Johnson, hello. Chris Garrett. Herman Montoya, hello. Evie, Nifty Dragon, Tumblebug. Can I come on tonight's show to talk about the People's Party? You know what, Mark? Why don't we have you on right now, buddy? Knuckles Shaved, Little Rock, Elevators, Herman Montoya, Laura McDonald, Jeff Blowfield. No notification. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Make sure you hit the bell notification, folks. The little bell icon. Click that. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Let's see if I can make the light a little brighter. There we go. There we go. So what's up, Dimitri? Loud and clear. All right. You hear me fine? Okay, good. Good. Where's my monitor? Yeah, I'm traveling, so obviously don't have that with me. And I'm there it is. So, and I knew I was going to be traveling. That's why one of the reasons I moved to StreamYard, which is nice. So StreamYard, I can put graphics on the screen. I'm going to do that for some of the segments tonight. Eventually, I'm going to get a screen behind me again when I get that all figured out. Felicia Cortez, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Great way to support the show is what Felicia Cortez is doing. Hit the dollar icon button, and for a couple of bucks, you can support the show, and I will answer your questions or just say whatever you want me to say. Appreciate your work, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Thank you so much. The Superman curl, indeed, it's back. Hey, Truth to Tweet, what's up? Just green screen the wall with software like everybody was doing at the beginning of the shutdown. Victoria B, what's up? Yeah. This smoothie is so good. So good. It's so good. I'm sorry. There's no straws here. I don't want to have purple lips or teeth. Look like somebody that's been drinking wine all night. Graham, are you working during your vacation? What's up with that? Don't worry. Great show last night, Graham. You and Ron are great together. Love having Ron on the show. Absolutely love having Ron on the show. It's so great. I'm going to try to move this chair a little closer. Normally I stand during the show, but I'm going to try to.
Oh, look at that nice frame.
Progressive girl, hello. Sabalili. I love vegan everything and everybody. Just make sure you get enough downtime. All right, we'll bring Mark in here. Mark, I'll invite you to the stream and we'll talk about it. All right, Mark, just click on the link. Yeah. I needed to just travel and get out of Dodge and go somewhere different. And I wanted to see what it was like. Like, I was like, I can do this show anywhere. I mean, I like having the big monitor behind me where I was at, which was cool. I may do that again, but StreamYard's doing some interesting things. So I like it. Hey, Cat B, what's up? At my age, I've been drinking Ensure with 30 grams protein and add fresh fruit. There you go. Do you know what you and Marco Antonio Wrigley have in common? 50 years old, vegan game show host. You even look alike. See recent. Okay. All right. When did you see your first UFO? I don't know that I've seen a UFO, quite honestly. Notification showed up 5 minutes late. Paint that wall lime green. We do that. What's this one? No? I can't change any of the backgrounds. Interesting. All right, folks, let's bring Mark onto the show.
Hello. Hey. Hello, Graham.
How are you, man? Can you put a little light on your face?
Okay. So I'll just move closer to the light. Is that okay?
No, you're still in the dark, dude.
Okay. All right. Is that good?
No, you need light on your face.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll increase the brightness, son. How's that?
There you go.
Okay.
It's a little better.
All right. Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Political Vigilante. My name is Graham Elwood. We are joined by Mark. You might know him as Emberg33, who has done some work with the Green Party and the People Movement for a People's Party. And Mark, you wanted to talk to us about what your experiences have been with those two organizations.
Yeah. I have it. Thanks for having me on again. By the way, I'm wearing your hat that I made for us both.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. So yeah, the first I guess I'll talk about the Green Party because it was pretty rough. When I was when I talked to you last, like it was night 1, and it was after that webinar host devil booked himself with a press conference and chose a press conference instead of the webinar. I was floored. But then I only went back for Ron's session and Ron's stand-up, which was really funny, by the way. But they had the audience off, so we had to keep asking them to turn us on so we could get the audience feedback. But so and then the day that we were doing the nominating convention, there was no chat. It was we could only submit questions, and the only reason why they did it chat that way is because they could delete it if they didn't like it. They Zoom doesn't have hosts control the Zoom chat on regular stuff. You just see it go like so they kept censoring my messages and stuff, and they finally said, "Okay, do you want to lodge a complaint?" And I said, "Oh, okay." And then,
Mark, what messages were you putting in the tweet, in the chat?
well, I was saying stuff like,
Hey, Mark, hold on a quick second.
sure.
What's up, buddy? Awesome, dude. What brings you up this way?
Secret Agent 86. It's okay to just swivel the camera over to 99. What is she wearing? I don't know what that means, but yeah, chuckle for that. A circle light is needed. For Graham or for me? Left at the altar. Oh yeah, Brian. Like, yes, he did kill it at the convention. I really loved it when he plugged Jesse Ventura at the end. Like that was pretty badass. I loved that. That was really good. Well, Alex, I grew up with a bunch of developmental disabilities, and um, I'm on the autism spectrum, but I didn't get a diagnosis until like a decade ago. Um, then I was booted off DMR services back when DDS was called DMR, but because my IQ was too high. But then Massachusetts made IQ no longer a factor to get services, so I'm back on it, which is fortunate. I'm currently like having a lot of sinus issues right now, and I'm gonna have surgery for it on the 17th. And and um, I guess despite that and the quarantine, there's like really nothing else that I can do. So I was thinking like might be a good time to try to volunteer and stuff. I tried to volunteer for Sadanam Curry to try to get to Jessie because I was her only volunteer, and I was hoping she would put me in the loop with the other candidates, and then that didn't happen. So I quit. You're like the 10th person you're like the 10th person I thought he got high too. High on I hear Graham's talking to somebody. I just I'm from Massachusetts Salts. Sets, sorry. I'm lining Jesse Ventura this election cycle. Oh, that's exciting. Maybe tell me what state you're in so maybe I can try to see if your vote can count because I'm a volunteer for them. Okay, I'm not in the know is progressive girl Wamplicone. I don't know, Melissa. I don't know. But Ron gave you a theme song today. I didn't see the video yet, but I hope you like it. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Backyard Politics. Well, I don't know. All of a sudden, Graham had, I don't know, a visit from Granny Petrol. I don't know who. Obvious, or Shimshay, Nancy Pelosi, Darrianne. I don't know. What's going on here? Apparently, I'm hosting right now because Graham just had a surprise visitor. I went to Patreon to watch the video. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. So, do you like it? Do you like it, Melissa? In Ohio, right in Howie Hawkins, because the Green Party was kept off the ballot in this state. Oh. Well, I'm sorry that Ohio kept the Greens off the ballot in that state. That's really unfortunate. Maybe yeah.
Okay, sorry about that, everybody. I'm
Okay.
in a place where I got a quarantine, so they knock on your door and they got to talk to you, and it's all so a thing.
Oh, I thought it was like Shimshay or something. Like, oh, did you manifest yourself in quarantine? What's going on?
Yeah, I wish Shimshay, he might show up. You never know when he's going to show up.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mark, you were saying, I'm sorry to leave everybody with this, but what were you? So this was for Movement for a People's Party, and you were putting stuff in the chat, and then they were, which I must say, it's not like I'm trying to pick a side here or anything like that, but I do understand wanting to moderate a chat because some people could just hijack it and say crazy shit, and so
yeah, it was in the Green Party where they were trying to moderate, but they were basically deleting like every single one of my like anti-corruption in the Green Party messages and all that stuff, like saying like, oh, I vote no on this. Like they deleted that. I heard that from like Chad Wilson or something, that, and a bunch of other people, like they were saying like some delegates were saying like they were only allowed to vote yes on things, and it was weird, but I guess you could always have Chad Wilson on to talk fully about that, but that's not fully what I'm here about. I'm here about like also the People's Convention. I submitted a lot of videos because they were like, "Oh, we want to hear from you. Oh, we want you to submit videos and we'll edit them. And I guess if you say something crazy, we won't put it in." But I wasn't at the whole convention because I had a little hint that Jesse was gonna say he wasn't running, and then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna watch it. Yeah, and now our opponents on Twitter are using the 4-second soundbite of him saying, "I'm not running at this time," to disparage the movement. So that's fun. But I was submitting videos about your Green New Deal series and stuff, like the stuff I learned in your Green New Deal series, like about about Project Vespa, about thorium, about the algae power plants, and like I try to, like when they were talking about the environment and how to fix and how to get rid of war, I tried to talk about that. I said, like, oh, if we have thorium, we don't need war anymore. Like, we don't need wars for oil anymore. And I they didn't submit any of it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, Mark, first of all, I applaud you trying to get all that information in there. And, you know, as I've discussed on this show, I'd love for the Green Party to get its shit together and, you know, all the Howie Hawkins stuff. And I'm loving what the Alaska Green Party did by putting ballot. I love that.
Yeah, that definitely gave me some hope again. I lost a lot of hope last weekend.
And, you know, the Movement for a People's Convention, you know, I'm glad they invited me. There was a lot of really cool people speaking there. Jesse has said he's not running several times now. You know, and I don't, you know, everyone's like holding back and going to wait till 2024, 2022 or something. And I'm just like, I don't know what else to do. So I don't know. Again, like I've said, it'd be great if Jesse said he wanted to run, or Nina or anybody like that said they wanted to run third party or start a third party, but everyone's sort of waiting for somebody else to jump in first, like a big name person. And so, but to me, it just kind of comes down to the whole thing of, I just don't think electoral politics is where it's going to get done. I think it's going to take bigger actions, like Chris Hedges talks about. I think it's going to take things like, I wish as I talked about last night with Ron, I hope all of the major sports leagues last week would have said, nope, we're shut. None of us are playing until this changes. And they were like a 2, 3, 4 week just work stoppage and forcing these billionaire owners in all of these professional sports leagues to lean on all of these city councils and all these cities. And like, look, if the Milwaukee Bucks owners that spend a lot of money in the city of Milwaukee said, hey man, you better change some rules here in Milwaukee and Kenosha, or we're done. That would affect real change. And I think that's where it's going to come from. It's going to come from, and again, I use the Kashwama Sawant example.
Yeah, I know.
So get her. That's the thing that's always puzzling to me about the smaller parties, is they're always trying to like win the Super Bowl when they're like,
I know. I just want to interject here. I'm really sorry, but the only counter I hear from that is from like when Jill Stein said, like, I don't know, like 4 years ago, that some states require you to run for president in order to run for local office. So that could be a reason why the Greens run for president, but they could have won with Ralph Nader, and then instead of trying again with Ralph Nader in 2004, they had David Cobb do a safe state strategy, which told me that they bought into the DNC anti-Nader propaganda, and they chose Howie Hawkins, which was a fuck you to Jill Stein, because she's been one of the biggest victims, if not the biggest victim, of the Russiagate hysteria. And they were also, and Howie Hawkins, I heard, is doing another safe state strategy. So they're fucking off both of their biggest Green Party people. So yeah.
I mean, Mark, I feel your frustration, but I think the movements, we need to focus more on like getting city councils to
agree.
Up, you know, because when it gets to the national stage, there's just too many like egos involved and just infighting. And then again, that's where the private intelligence is going to really try to get in and mix things up. They can't
Yeah.
control every little city council.
Uh,
They're going to try, but it's easier for them to just infiltrate a party or a
Mhm.
movement and just
Yeah.
mess it up. So
Well-
where do you see this going as we move, as we're about to move on here? But what
Where
do
do
you
I see what like what specifically?
what do you see like movement for a people's party or yourself? Where do you see yourself going?
Well, that's a very interesting question because I've obviously been thinking about that for quite a while, and I didn't know if I wanted to maybe go with Jesse in the White House and actually help him with something. If I can't do that, I don't know. Maybe I can be the next Kush Ramaswamy in my local in my local town. But I would need help to do that.
Well,
I would need a groundswell. I'm kind of like I'll be like Jesse Ventura here if you write me in, I'll do the job or something.
right. Right. Well, I mean, I've said to people, look, like find out what you got to do, the signatures, how you got to get on the ballot, what you got to do,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
start the process and see what happens.
Yeah. It's something I'm I'm in like a neoliberal town, so it's kind of like a NIMBY not my backyard kind of place. They
Right.
chose to shut down the Motel 6 instead of like the city taking it over and just saying, okay, it's publicized now. Okay. Yeah. So no one's living there. It's like a big vacancy over there. Like it's a it's like a condemned building. It's like so it's insane. It's yeah, and a lot of people just wanted to be a like another MBTA parking lot, and I'm like, that's not gonna solve the homeless crisis.
No, it won't.
Yeah.
It's well, you know, Mark, thank you for taking time to come on the show and tell us what your experiences were. And I applaud your efforts. You know, you've really tried with both the Green Party and the Movement for a People's
Yeah.
Party. Just hear, just a regular person such as yourself, what that experience has been is helpful. And I
Mhm.
hope no one in the audience takes it as like give up on those those two parties, or don't do it or whatever. But it is important information to hear.
Mhm.
And I hope those parties are listening. But as far as you're concerned, I think you should see what you got to do to run for city council. Just do it.
Yeah. I'll just say right here, if I make it on city council, I can go on your show regularly and tell you about what I need to do. and
Yes.
then you can help get a support. But I'm still it's me just thinking ideas at this point because we can't kick the can down the road anymore.
Nope.
And people saying like, oh, 22. I don't know. I can't do your neoliberal voice, which I find really funny. Oh, 2024. Like, yeah, it's oh yeah, and then kind of like with your Palm Strike dance party, like where the meteor is coming, and then everyone's just dancing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's time to like get creative and think like what non-traditional ways can affect change. I don't know what that answer is right now, but I mean, I don't know. There's people affecting, influencing stuff with I don't know, TikTok, with other local movements. There's other. I
Yeah.
think that's what it's going to take, because some of the just traditional stuff, be it political activist groups or whatever, and I'm not bad mouthing any of them, or third parties or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to maneuver within in a system that is designed to keep all of these
Yes.
small things from
Yes,
rising.
completely agree. And I actually excuse me. I actually think I'm at the point that I think George Washington was right. We shouldn't have parties to begin with. Like it'll force people to not vote automatically anymore. Like people will be like, okay, here's the Democratic ballot. Okay, check off everybody on here. Oh, I'm done. Let's go out to brunch. Like no, we can't do that. And progressives are already doing it, or progressive socialists, anti-war, anarchists, whatever you want to call yourself. But it's like we're already kind of doing it because we look at the Democratic ballot and we're like, okay, which one is actually a progressive?
Mhm. Mhm.
And um, Joe Kennedy fooled a lot of people I know, and but they liked Markey, so they wanted to keep him in, but they didn't care who won.
Right.
So, but
Well,
yeah. Mhm.
that's the state of where we're at. And so, you know, keep pushing forward and see what's, you know, try other things, find other. It's time to get creative. It's really time to get creative. Like,
Mhm.
how to resist and how to affect change is going to take creative ways. Like I think about what a lot of those young people did buying tickets in Tulsa in July. I'm like, it's
Yeah,
just,
it's done on
it's
TikTok. That was
yeah,
done on
it's
TikTok.
going to
The
be stuff like that.
yeah,
So
and I keep seeing the volunteer friend that we have keep asking you to upload your
I know.
stuff.
It's a time to set up a whole new social media platform. You do have a
Yeah,
volunteer, and I appreciate that, and I will try
yeah.
to get that done. But it's
And before I go, I just wanted to say that it's pretty cool that your vegan guns is underneath your camera. It's like it's like the political vigilante logo is just behind your video.
yeah,
It's in the background, so your arm is like right underneath you
boom,
with the Batman symbol, with the Batman bracelet.
yep.
And I honestly think that that you're probably the closest person to like an actual real life Batman that I know,
Thank you.
because if because Batman, don't don't kick yourself. Batman wouldn't have been a billionaire. That Batman would have been kicked out of his mansion by Kamala Harris.
Well, that's awesome. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
Mark, thank you so much for taking time. Follow him, ladies and gentlemen. You can see his Mberg 1333 and Mberg 33 are his handles. Mark, thank you so much for being on the show, brother. Shave your knuckles for justice.
Yep. Shave.
All right, everybody. That was a fan of the show who's doing a lot of activist work. I like, you know, I've gotten big name people on this show, but I also just like hearing from regular folks, people who watch the show and what you're doing out there in the activist world. I like just hearing it's interesting to see. So thanks, Mark, for everything you're doing. And thank everybody in the chat. So let me make sure there's not any super chats that I've missed. Boom. Graham, please watch Angelo Gage plus Cynthia McKinney. Watch the two interviews. She was in Congress for 12 years and she explains who the deep state is and how to stop them with power cells. Contact her. Okay. Angelo Gage and Cynthia McKinney. All right, I will do that. Thank you so much for letting me know. I will check that out. Oh, hi Mark. Tommy was so nice. Right on. Trump wants to find a buyer for TikTok. Oh God. Ow. Vegan smoothies are pure gold. Oh. Everybody. All right, there's a segment I want to do here. Batman runs on vegan smoothies. You got that right. Your local store was out of coconut water? That sounds like a crime. That sounds like a crime. Mad ass, what's up? Shave your knuckles for justice. Where are you on TikTok basically being Chinese spyware? Bunker is there meat to that bone? Ha ha. I like the way you phrase that. There meat on that bone. Hold on, I'm trying to find. Okay. God, YouTube keeps switching shit up. Making it 220 people watching, 119 likes. Let's get the likes up, everybody. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. So, hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood. You're watching The Political Vigilante, and there's been a lot of, obviously, TikTok is Trump and everybody. It's the Chinese spyware. Well, let's break that down for a second. Okay, and this is not that I'm not naive. I understand the Chinese government is an authoritarian government, and they monitor and censor their people and all this other stuff. Like, who else does that? Oh, the United States. Remember the architect of the Five Eyes. So look, you look at everything Facebook's done. You look at all that, like, oh, put your face in there. That was Facebook working with the CIA to get facial recognition software. So that's what they were trying to do, get recognizing everybody's face. So is TikTok, the Chinese trying to spy on us? I mean, look, they probably already are. I mean, all the here's the reality of it. Social media, like American social media, is used by the American intelligence community to monitor the people. So is the Chinese government trying to do the same thing with TikTok? Probably. But you got to understand, China, the China hysteria, to really break down the hysteria about China, you need to understand its economics, and China is undermining American hegemony, right? The American empire. And they're our biggest threat to our economic empire. And the Chinese they don't want to invade us. They don't want to do anything like that. You got to understand Chinese culture. First of all, they built the Great Wall of China. It's to keep people out. They don't want people messing with them. They just want to make money. And that's why in Africa, they're spending all of this money bombing Africa, deposing their leaders. No, they're spending money on roads and schools and high-speed rail and ports and stadiums and all this stuff, because they see Africa as an emerging market. They just want the world to buy all their stuff, right? And again, not excusing, oh my God, we talk about Tiananmen Square. That was a powerful moment. What was powerful about that? A man with no weapon stood in front of a tank. Nonviolent resistance. He stood in front of a tank. And that was the Chinese government trying to clamp down. And our government clamps down. Look what we did at Standing Rock. Look what's happening in the streets right now. Portland, Minnesota, Milwaukee, Kenosha. Look at what's happening right now in this country. If China was doing that to their citizens, people would be flipping out. So be scared of big bad China is ridiculous. Be scared of big bad America. Be scared of living in America. And the reason why the State Department and both political parties are always like, China's bad, China, it's a Chinese virus, is because several things have happened. China has overtaken us economically, and we can't handle that, right? And one of the things they've done, I've talked about it so many times on the show, is the petrodollar, right? So the whole world was trading, buying and selling oil using the dollar, which is one of the ways America has kept its economic power. It does it with its military, but it also does it with the petrodollar and the use of the dollar. So a year or so ago, the Chinese said they got rid of that and started buying and selling oil on the petro yuan. And they started buying oil from Russia. They built another pipeline last year between Russia and China, and they stopped using the dollar. They're using the petro yuan. They're using their own currency to trade oil. And then on March 13th, right when all the lockdown stuff started to happen in America, China, Russia, Pakistan, and about another half a dozen Central Asian countries, Kyrgyzstan, I think, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, I believe, most throughout the world. But in that part of the world, what they were doing when they would buy and sell commerce, like let's say, Pakistan buys, a bunch of shoes made in Kazakhstan. They would buy and sell them using the American dollar. They got rid of that. Another way to undermine America's economic power. They said, we're going to start using our own currency. So we'll just trade our own currency. We'll, these shoes cost whatever. There's 10,000 shoes and it's $1 million in Pakistani, whatever. I don't know what their currency is. I'm just picking round generic numbers to make a point. But we'll sell you this in $1 million Pakistan currency. So they're going to use their own currencies. It's like, Visa or PayPal or somebody wants you to use their electronic thing. This is also the power of cryptocurrency. This is the power of cryptocurrency. It's decentralized. The American dollar, the yen, the euro, they're all backed by a nation or a group of countries. So this is why cryptocurrency is powerful. But I'm not going to spend time going on crypto on this video. We'll do other videos about it. But the point is, that's why China is really a threat. They're positioning to overtake us economically. So we need to make them the bad guy. Did they come up with coronavirus and deliberately spread it in this country? Could be. I don't, the numbers coming out of China, it's hard to trust the Chinese government, but no one in America is asking, other than me on this show, and a handful of other indie media people, what about Fort Detrick? What about the pathogens, the bioweapons that have mysteriously escaped from an American Army base, Fort Detrick? What about the pandemic simulation of last year where they basically predicted COVID-19? What about no one's asking those questions. We're just blaming everything on China. So anytime we just have to always look for a boogeyman, it's like Russia, right? We got to blame Russia for everything. Rather than like the crimes of the Democratic Party, the fact that John Podesta is a pedophile, and as are the Clintons. That's what the Pizzagate emails reveal. They just really creepy, weird shit. So we got to blame everything on Russia. So that's why I'm super leery of the China TikTok. Because we're using hysteria doesn't also mean that maybe, both things can be true. I say that all the time on this show, and that's a problem that happens, especially Americans just got to see everything in either this or that, black or white. They can't see but two things can exist at the same time. TikTok could very well be used to monitor Americans, and we're making it worse than it is because they're a threat to us economically. And if we're going to scream about TikTok, no one is going to scream. The CIA is not going to complain about Facebook or Instagram or any of these other places because they benefit. They just don't want China having intelligence that they don't have access to. That's what it's really all about. But yeah, and China doesn't allow you to use Twitter and Facebook in China. Now, I've been to China, they just get a VPN and they, can get any website they want. And everybody in China is doing that. It's a workaround. But so that's my answer to that, Matt S. Beware of bad guys. Anytime America and both parties are screaming and they're in unity, when both parties agree on something bipartisan, China's the bad guy, then it's a problem, and it's probably fueled by the military industrial complex and the intelligence community, which intelligence is the permanent state. They're always there. There's no election. They don't get voted in or out. They're always there. And you really see how ridiculous the two-party system is. And when John Kennedy said we need to smash the CIA up into 1,000 pieces and scatter it into the wind, it makes sense as to why a bullet defied physics and shot him. Shave your knuckles for justice. What about Tibet? Well, that's a valid thing. Again, get back to the China thing. I'm glad you brought up Tibet. Yes, they've mishandled Tibet. I'm not excusing any of this. This is what I get a little annoyed at. But I'm not saying you're necessarily doing that. Tibet is a valid thing to bring up. And at no time have I said, oh, China's great. They're this peace-loving, everybody loves them. I said at the top of this, they're authoritarian and they've done a lot of things, Tibet being one of them. Thank you for bringing that up. But that doesn't then excuse the real motives behind the American State Department. Because if we're going to talk about China, how they've treated Tibet, which is incorrect, then we need to talk about systemic racism in this country. We need to talk about how we've treated Native Americans in this country and Black people. And we need to talk, then let's talk about that. Oh, we don't want to talk about that. So I'm just tired of America pointing its finger at anybody about any sort of civil rights abuses or illegal land grabs or anything like that. I just, look up the Bayonet Revolution about Hawaii. Hawaii was a sovereign land. The royal family owned it. It was royal. And then in the 1800s, Queen Kapiolani, I believe if I'm pronouncing that correctly, they forced her to stay in the palace and then forced her to sign a document making Hawaii a territory of the United States. So that's how America's been operating for a long time. So we really have no leg to stand on. I don't like what happened to what the Chinese have done to Tibet. I don't like what they've done. The Dalai Lama is in exile in India. And they saw Buddhism as a threat to them, and they've really tried to undermine Buddhism and control it and all these things I don't like. I'm a Buddhist. I don't like that at all. It just, governments are inherently evil. They don't help their citizens. They repress them in one way or another. And the most evil of them all is America. That's everything I said is not excusing anything China's done, but it's just like, it's like a heroin addict telling you drink too much. And maybe the person does drink too much. Maybe they do have a drinking problem. I tell you what, why don't you stop shooting junk into your arms there, Skag Fiend, before you tell me I need to stop drinking. So that's my opinion on that. Great question, Matt. Thanks. You always ask great questions, dude. You really bring a lot of great discussions to this show and debates and everything. I really appreciate that you do that. Emberg 33, what's up? I refuse to give Zuckerberg my face. Yeah, I know. I was at the airport, and they were like, oh, you want to do this new Clear thing? Oh, does this get me through security? I was like, yeah, and we just do a thing with your eyes and your face. And then and I was like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not giving that to the government. Oh, it's not the government. It's a private company. I'm absolutely not giving it to you. No, I'm not doing that. Oh, we won't release your data. Oh, right. And then you always hear this, oh, somebody hacked and released their data. Did they? Were they hacked? Did they deliberately let it get hacked? Or was the CIA that wanted to hack? Like, nah, don't trust it. Melissa H. Boom. Lee Camp saying October surprise will be attack on Venezuela. Yeah, I wouldn't surprise, man. They've been ramping up for war in Venezuela and Iran. Like bombing and troops on the ground. They want that for sure, man. Same old wine in a new bottle. Accidentally skipped my $5 super chat. Yeah, this is the thing with StreamYard. Okay. Let me find it, Mark. Oh, here it is. Boom. Sorry. Emberg 33, what's up, Mark? Shaving Knuckles for Justice. That was fun. Thanks, brother. Thank you, Mark, for taking your time. Rockford should make a deal with TikTok to protect them. I want you to be the top cop in Washington, by the way. I don't think they would hire me to be attorney general, as I have no legal experience. I don't even have a law degree. I don't know how that would work, but I'm up for it, dude. I don't know how. Oh, it'd be funny. America to exist, a whole millions of people were slaughtered and more stolen, people enslaved to build it up. Iraq, Syria, toppling governments left and right, to say nothing. Yep. That is correct. Nay's Garden, what's up, brother? Check out Nay's Garden. Check it out, man. And check out Triage Oil. I've used it. It works. When you woke up this morning, did you think of all those donations from last night's show with Ron were a dream? No, I woke up and thought, I got the greatest fans in the world. That's what I thought. I thought, this is why I love doing this show, is I got the greatest fans in the world. And I love how you all support what I do. And last night was just another example of how I love how you guys support this show. I love how you support each other. I love that this is a community. I love that you guys are starting to become friends. I love that, you know, it just warms my heart to hear that this show and maybe others too have like motivated you to get involved politically. And, you know, and people, when I first started doing the show, and then there was like, I remember Redneck Economics, she started doing her show, which was really cool. And then, you know, Backyard Politics is doing her show, and, you know, Mark is getting involved. You're all getting involved in all these different cool ways. And it's really, that's what I wake up and think every morning is like, this is awesome. A, I want to go surfing, and B, I got really great fans. Oh, man. My sister is a lawyer, and she's still a good person. Yeah, there's good lawyers out there. I'm just saying, if you want me to be the Attorney General of the United States of America, you might want to get someone that at least understands, like has a law degree or was a cop or something. I mean, game show host, I think, qualifies me, quite honestly. I think I could do any job in the world. I've hosted a game show. How hard is being Attorney General? I mean, come on. How hard? It's just reading cue cards going, that's right. You're the new laws of America. Boop-a-dee-boo. BA, what's up? You're making Gotham great again. Did you see the story about Snowden? Federal Court of Appeal found the NSA spying illegal. Big surprise. What do you think will happen now? Ooh, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up. Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. Well, I know a lot of indie media people have covered this, but I wanted to talk about it as well. Yesterday, Edward Snowden put this up on Twitter. Let's look at that right now, ladies and gentlemen. He said, 7 years ago, as the news declared I was being charged as a criminal for speaking the truth, I never imagined that I would live to see our courts condemn the NSA's activities as unlawful, and in the same ruling credit me for exposing them. And yet that day has arrived. So this was posted out by the ACLU. You see it right here. This is their Twitter feed as of September 2nd. Breaking: a federal appeals court just ruled that the NSA's bulk collection of America's phone records, this is something Snowden talked about, he blew the whistle on this 7 years ago, was illegal. This ruling, which confirms what we have always known, is a victory for our privacy rights. What does this mean? I mean, if you scroll down, you see, does this mean, will they stop now? Thank you, Edward Snowden. Somebody wrote, not just Snowden, Bill Binney blew the whistle on it, and it was before Snowden, just that Binney's whistleblowing wasn't publicized like Snowden. So many know about him. Yeah, this is something Bill Binney has talked about. Bill Binney has been on Jimmy's show, and Bill Binney has talked about this exclusively. So this is this is big. What does it mean? What is the fallout going to mean? Boy, I don't know. Time is going to tell on that. But I will say this: this could be. I don't know what's motivated. This is just my theory right now. This is just my theory. So the neoliberals love pretending that Obama had nothing to do with this. So 7 years ago, when Snowden was the whistleblower on this and had to go into exile, who was president? Oh, Barack Obama. It's 2013, right? Bill Binney, that was under, I believe, Barack Obama. Maybe it was Bush. But again, the refusal of the neoliberals to look at all of the privacy that was given away from Obama. Now, everybody was mad on the left about Bush and the Patriot Act, but we're okay with the fact that people like Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton voted for the Patriot Act and voted for the Iraq War. They didn't seem to have a problem with that because Obama came in and had really nice tweets and was a polite gentleman and a really very presidential. And there's something to be said for being presidential while he dropped more bombs than Bush. My question is, I'm glad this ruling happened. I'm glad that this happened. My question is, is because the neoliberals and the people on the left hate Trump so much that they're then going to because Trump's not going to pardon Snowden or Julian Assange. So, and like when I see protesters in the streets, like in Portland, they got snatched up by federal agents in unmarked vans and everyone was screaming at Trump. Okay, yeah, anyone who works for the federal government is working for the president. And right now that president is Trump. But I hope they all understood that was because of the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act that was signed by Barack Obama in December of 2011 is why those cops were allowed to do that. So I don't know if it's just because everything's the defund the police and the protests that people are so outraged that they're like, it made its way up to the courts and the courts are like, this isn't, you can't do this anymore. I don't know, but it's a big win. Whatever it is, it's a big win. And the fact that Snowden tweeted this out is huge, and this is what this country's done with Snowden, with Chelsea Manning, with Julian Assange, who has a trial coming up on September 7th. But the little victories like this help. It's like when the pipelines got shut down a month ago. This is why we got to keep fighting and we got to pressure people as much as we can. Because if you just go, it's all corrupt, it's all deep state, there's no chance at anything, then you're right, nothing will happen. Yes, we have a very corrupt system. We have a very a system that, there's been, as Chris Hedges says, a 4 decades long corporate coup of our court system, of both our political parties, of schools, of the media, of everything. But every once in a while, something like this can happen. So it's nice to see a little victory every now and again. Shave your knuckles for justice. And we'll keep following what happens with this. And I'm reaching out to Tarek Haddad about having him come on and explain to us what's going on and with the upcoming Julian Assange trial. But this is big, right? Federal court just ruled that the NSA's bulk collection of Americans' phones records was illegal. Got to fight them any way we can. And a victory is a victory. A win is a win. Savor the wins. Even the little ones. Savor the wins. Thanks for watching the show. Boom. Thanks for bringing that up, BA. Folks, don't forget, a great way to support the show is hit the dollar icon button. We've got 300 people watching, 205 likes. Let's get the likes up to 300, everybody. Boom. Yeah, you guys are solid fans. Biden said nothing would change. Absolutely. Some of us have to really start pressuring the White House to pardon Snowden and Assange in 2021. So much else going on with protests. We need to up the pressure. Yeah, keep that pressure going. Keep that pressure going, man. Hey, Annabelle Corley. What's up, Annabelle? How you doing? Shave your knuckles for justice. Some vacay haircut money. Hope this will cover it. I don't know how much a men's cut is. Yes, I do. When I get out of the quarantine, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this cut. I'm gonna go surfing and I'm gonna get this cut. Thank you so much, Annabelle. I really appreciate that. That's very, very kind of you. Earn my like the same way you want the Dems to earn my vote.
No, you just have to like my video. My YouTube channel is the lesser of two evil YouTube channels.
I hope I'm earning your like by the fact that I'm just speaking the truth as I see it and trying to be the most authentic version of myself that I can be. I hope that is enough to earn you to click that like. If it's not, I don't know what the fuck you want me to do. Vegan guns, like that, bitch. Super chatters are superstars. Yes, Victory Jin. Graham needs a mohawk. Yes, I do need a mohawk. You very much like Graham. Thank you, Progressive Girl. I need a mohawk. Please have on Max Blumenthal, Ben Norton, and Danny H. from Black Agenda Report on China. You are repeating anti-China propaganda from Western media. All right, maybe. Sure. I'm open to that. Graham, make sure there's no cameras when you go get your haircut. Is it Taylor Hovler? Burr, 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 burr. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. We're at 71,641 subscribers. They're freezing us again. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. It's free and it's a great way to support the channel. We got to get over 72,000. I should be, God, it's like if they weren't throttling me, man, I would be like cleaning up. Boop, 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 boo, boo. Here we go. That's where I found it. All right. That's what we needed. 286 viewers, 239 likes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make sure I didn't miss any of these super chats. All right, cool. There it is. That's the screen we wanted. I finally figured it out. I found it. YouTube makes it complicated. I sound like a Steve Zahn character. Will there be riots on November 3rd? Either way, whatever happens, there's going to be mayhem. Whatever happens. Graham, MPP is doing a national call live now. You should restream and comment. Oh, interesting. The nurse saying, "Isn't she lovely?" When my daughter was born, brought me to tears. Oh, that's beautiful. Free Tibet, free Assange. Absolutely. Before Obama was a senator, he told a group of us that he was Medicare for all lies. Yep, they would say what they got to say to get elected. Oligarchs are incompetent. All right, so there's a segment I wanted to do. Burp, 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 bow, bow, bow. All right. We got another segment coming. Steve Wolfbrandt, what's up, Steve? Shave your knuckles for justice. How much did Pelosi pay for that hairstylist? 500 at least, I'm thinking. Yeah. Yep. She just took it out of some of her ice cream budget. Yeah, she paid less for a haircut than she did for ice cream. Oh, God, she is the worst. Boogie on over to that like button, Victory Jan. Thank you so much. Burr, 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 burr. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. Well, as we've been covering for over a year now, the Jeffrey Epstein story, it's expanded, of course, to notice how the billionaire ruling class, many of which are pedophiles and sex traffickers. So the most powerful people in the world that control the media and the politicians and countries and everything like that, from several royal families, both political parties in this country, we keep showing how they keep kind of getting protection. They keep getting covered up. Well, it happened again recently. Peter Nygard, who I've talked about, billionaire, all these people have come forward to talk about he is a pedophile. He abused children. So there's a civil lawsuit happening, and the U.S. government got involved. Weird. So this is it. This was in CBC, this CBCN News. So this is up in Canada. This came out about a week ago. A class action lawsuit against Peter Nygard involving 57 women who allege the former fashion executive sexually assaulted them has been put on hold. Wait a minute. What? The U.S. government requests a stay of proceedings. Now, I covered this when it's in my Epstein playlist. All my Epstein videos are in there. The judge presiding over the case in Southern District of New York entered a stay of proceedings on Friday, court records show. Well, gee, let's find out who that judge is. Is it Judge Preska? She's been quite effective at withholding not making sure documents aren't released. You see how the most powerful people in the world, they can't have this information come out. Remember when the Podesta emails came out? There's no actual information in the Podesta email saying, oh, we're going to go, rape and sell children. But all this weird, creepy language about pizza. And then the FBI on their website says that all these terms for pizza are used as code. So if the most powerful people in the world are raping and trafficking children, they then have power all the way up to the reaches of the government. Why would this happen? The judge's order is sealed, but a screenshot of the court docket posted to Twitter on Friday by Pete Bush, a reporter of the New York Court Service, Law 360, shows the U.S. government was granted leave to intervene. It also shows the government is directed to inform the court within 48 hours of the completion of its proceedings and advise the court whether it may lift the stay. A stay of proceedings means the case has been put on hold, but it doesn't mean it's been dropped. They're stalling. The court can later lift the stay and continue the proceedings. In February, the FBI raided Nygard's New York offices as part of a criminal sex trafficking investigation shortly after the class action was filed. No charges have been laid. Isn't that a consistent pattern? Remember when they raided Jeffrey Epstein's New York penthouse and you saw the guys in FBI jackets wheeling out cart after cart with all these boxes and documents and all this stuff? Where's that? Ghislaine Maxwell has been arrested for 2 months now. They arrested her July 2nd or July 3rd. It's now September 3rd. 2 months. Where's her information? They raided Epstein's horrifying creep island in the Virgin Islands. Where's all that information? Where is it? Her court case isn't until a year from now. It's really going to take a year. You see how they just keep stalling and keep delaying, and they hope we all go away. They hope we all go away. I'm not going away. I want to keep covering this. In Canada and the US, lawyers can tell witnesses to testify in a civil trial. But unlike in Canada, Americans can depose witnesses prior to trial, regardless of a police probe. Nygaard denies the sexual assault claims, and none of the allegation has been proven in court. Because the government won't release the documents? They keep intervening? In February 20th, 10 women filed a class action lawsuit against Nygaard and his companions and his companies, alleging he had raped and sexually assaulted the plaintiffs. Other women have since signed the lawsuit from the US, Canada, and the Bahamas, bringing the total number involved to 57. The allegations date back to 1977. And some of the women say they were as young as 14 and 15 years old. In July, he filed a claim to dismiss. A motion to dismiss he filed, arguing that 50 of the women have no connection to New York and the American court doesn't have jurisdiction over them. Last week, 2 of Nygaard's sons launched a separate lawsuit alleging Nygaard set them up to be raped by his girlfriend, described as a known sex worker, when they were teenagers. That happens a lot. It's horrifying. This awful notion that, if a grown man in his 30s or whatever has sex with a teenage girl, well, he's an awful pedophile and a creep. But if a woman in her late 20s or 30s or older has sex with a, teenage boy, hey, now the guy gets high-fived. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. And I have friends of mine who that happened to, guys who older women had sex with them. Let's call it what it was, raped them. And they felt weird about it. And people, said, oh, you're in the club now. Or one guy got grounded by his parents because the woman was from their church and all this awful shit. And it's such an insane double standard. And there's plenty of double standards that women have to put up with, of course. And this is one that and I know men, some guys who that happened to them and they're like in denial about it. They're like, hey, I got into the club. And I remember being a younger guy going, oh man, I wish when I was 15, some hot 30-year-old would have. And I look back now and I go, that's insane. You're 15, your brain's not even developed. You're a 15-year-old boy. A beautiful woman could make a 15-year-old boy do anything. Your hormones are going through the roof. That's a child. A 15-year-old is a child in the eyes of the law and in the eyes of physiology. The human brain isn't fully developed till it's like in its early 20s. And he did this to his sons because he's a creep pedophile. Nygaard's companies, as have offices in Winnipeg, New York, and Toronto, have been in court-ordered receivership since May 18th to pay back more than $25 million to U.S. secured lenders. It goes on and on. Among other things, the court ordered the company to hand over documents, records, and communications concerning or reflecting allegations of sexual misconduct, harassment, or assault by Peter Nygaard. So let's see here. I'm going to just copy this. Use ecosia.org. Use this search engine. Don't use the ugly G. Put this there. And we're going to put Nygaard. Let's see what comes up together. All this about class action, lawsuit, put on hold. Let's see who it's basically just the same story we just read. Okay. So this is K-State. This is what Pete Bush put on Twitter. The government is granted leave to intervene as right pursuant federal court. The government is directed to inform the court within 48 hours. Okay. Signed by Judge Eduardo Ramos. So that's the judge, Judge Eduardo Ramos. Let's look up Judge Eduardo Ramos. Eduardo, sorry. Eduardo Ramos. Let's see his history. See how easy this is to just kind of, I wanted to do this. I wanted you guys to do this with me. Okay. All right. This is his history. All right. Thurgood Marshall. Okay. So he's the judge. All right. Individual practices. Let's see what we have here. Deputy clerk, communication. Okay. Regress for adjournment. All right. So that's just sort of basic court stuff. Let's see what happens when we go back here. Let's go to his Wikipedia page. See what we find there. Bachelor's of Arts at Yale University. Went to Harvard Law. Okay. From 87 to 92, Ramos worked in a private legal practice as an associate with Simpson, Thatcher, and Bartlett. I'm as assistant U.S. attorney at Eastern District of New York. We prosecuted case of white-collar fraud. Okay, everything sounds fine. Ramos was a partner of the law firm Day Pitney LLP. I wonder what they do. He was put in power by Obama, Southern District of New York. Senate confirmed his nomination December 5th, 2011. 6 days before Obama signed the NDAA. On May 22nd, 2019, Ramos affirmed the validity of subpoenas issued to Deutsche Bank and Capital One by 2 committees of the U.S. House of Representatives. The same subpoenas asked for financial records relating to Donald Trump, his children, and his businesses. Okay. On May 28th, Ramos granted Trump's attorneys their request for a stay so they could pursue an expelled appeal through the courts. All right. So nothing really, just nothing really stand out. We're not seeing any of the same names other than Obama. Okay. I always like to see, because sometimes, did he go to this school? He worked at William Barr's law. You see stuff like that. When you're dealing with the Epstein stuff and the global pedophile rings, you got to really look for that. You'll start to see the same names again. We haven't so far. Maybe there's something I missed. That was just a cursory search. I just wanted to show you. Every time you see some story about, just do just a little bit of digging. See what you find. So far, nothing that I see on Ramos other than he's an Obama guy. Okay. We'll keep digging. The U.S. court suddenly is defending Peter Nygard and dismissing the 57 women and his 2 sons that have accused him. We'll keep digging. Corporate media is not going to cover this story the way I have. That's why you come here. I'm going to keep going on this. I said I wouldn't stop a year ago. Still not stopping. Thanks for watching the show. Boom. Let's get some of the super chats that I missed, maybe. Sophie Music, what's up, Sophie? Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Wish I could put audio in chat ID. I'd be singing with you. Yeah, I got to do an interview at 7 o'clock on this guy, this comedian's channel. So I'm going to wrap this up in about 10 minutes or so. If a supervillain ID'd spend a lot more than 2% on science, these guys don't have a long-term plan. No. I lived in China. Chinese are far more content with the way their society functions. Because here's the thing about China. They've always been under the rule of somebody. Like that was the vibe I got. I've never lived there, but I visited there several times and done shows. And the vibe I got was they're just like, well, it's the communists now. They're the dynasty that's in charge now. It used to be the Ming dynasty. And then this is okay. Like, can we all just go to work and eat and go to school and have a job and hang out with their family? You let us do that? Fine. They're, Asian cultures in general tend to be more sort of like compliant, follow the rules. All right, these are the rules. Let's do it. They weren't didn't have all this freedom that's then being taken away. They've always been like, yeah, we're in the communist China. You got to understand their history. Their history is not our history at all. Their culture is a lot older than ours. And we've been sold this freedom. We fought the British and got our independence and democracy and all this other stuff. They don't have those ideas. They have that everybody work together for the common good. The Clintons put to stay on the trial. They need time to silence 2 witnesses. I wouldn't doubt it. 300 people watching. Please hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. See Cootie 117, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Have you ever seen JFK to 9/11, A Rich Man's Trick? It's an amazing documentary that goes into the assassination in depth and is super in depth. I love the show, Graham. Keep it up. No, I haven't. Well, let's all check that documentary out. JFK to 9/11, A Rich Man's Trick. Absolutely. Doesn't surprise me at all. That's what's going down. Does not surprise me at all. 282 likes. Let's get the likes up to 300. Thanks, Gray Walker. Rich people do not have to live by the same rules. You got that right. I was sitting. I'm going to go back to standing. I like that. Let's try that. I can't sit or stand for too long with anything. Here we go. How about that angle? Part of the obsession behind Q is the very real fact that the rates of family formation and childbirth are plummeting. What is very real is that many of us are missing out the simple joy of marriage and kids. Graham, you need to teach a class to journalists to show them how the research. Yeah, I know. Look what I just did. That was 2 minutes of web searches. Annabelle Corley, what's up? I hope you're good down under. I hear Pelosi has a couple of used ice cream freezers going cheap. 10,000 the pair. Get on it. Dude, let's do that. Let's buy a couple of ice cream freezers. That's what we need. I mean, I know most of us aren't working and unemployment's running out, but it's time to buy 2 freezers for 10 grand. That's a steal. That's a steal. That's a steal. The judge who denied Epstein bail was installed by Bill Clinton. Yep, of course. That's why I say always look. Look to see who put who where. Look to see. Inks, Pixels, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Thanks for the big donation, brother. I appreciate it. You did I appreciate it. Like Nays and you, whoever can whatever amount of money you can spend, I very much appreciate it. And there's always great free ways to support the show. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification button, hit the like button, share these out on your social media. And when you watch the clips, watch the ads on YouTube all the way through. When you click skip ad, I don't get paid. And then support me. I get monthly, patreon.com/Graham Elwood. So what I do with this live stream is I let it stay on for a couple hours, sometimes even a full day. I let last night stay on for a day because it was, I hadn't done one in a while. And then, but usually I pull it down. And then if you miss the whole archive at the $10 a month level on Patreon, you get to watch tonight's stream at your leisure. Because some people I know are on different schedules and they can't see it or whatever. And then I put the audio of it up as well, so you can listen to it as a podcast. And that's at the $5 level. And then on Rockfin, which I love, blockchain cryptocurrency platform, I'm really getting more and more into crypto, and we all should start researching crypto. If you're unfamiliar with it, watch Bitcoin.com. They have a YouTube channel, and then there's this guy, The Moon. I just started watching, and just start to learn it. Anyway, but for $10 a month on Rockfin, you get all of the content creators' premium content. So I put the karaoke, I just put that on Rockfin. That's only available, and I put it at premium. And then I do a weekly. I took this Monday off, but every Monday I'll do it this coming Monday at 8:00 Pacific time. I do typically a members only Rockfin stream. So I put some exclusive content on Rockfin as well, which is really cool. If you buy a couple pints down at a local pub. Oh, I'd buy you a couple pints down at a local pub, but since you're not one to drink, how about some cabbage for the vegan smoothie fund? Shave your knuckles for justice, stay strong. Right on, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And when we go back on the road, we'll go out for vegan smoothies after a show. 299 likes. Let's get it over 300. Who's going to be 300? Who's going to be the 300 like? Who's going to be the 300 likes? 300 likes. 300 likes. Hit the like button. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Like. There it is. We did it. Nice work. Hey, Mares. What's up? Just suffered through my first Trump rally on status quo, and I have to say 90% of what he said was fiction, but he knows Biden can't refute anything. They definitely want to lose. Yeah, I know. Trump and is a disaster. His cult following is insane, and the Democrats are it's the most beatable. They just refuse because they're just bought and paid for by the big corporate oligarchs. So they're being paid to take a dive. I mean, it's because it would cost the billionaires more money to give people Medicare for all and to give people student debt forgiveness and to cut these wars and, down and stop spending all this money on war. They would lose money. They get rid of the private prison industry and the for-profit healthcare, and it would cost them too much money. Free college and student debt forgiveness, the Green New Deal. We don't make money that way. We make money ruining things. And they're deliberately trying to lose. It's fucking insane. It's like painful to watch. It's painful to watch. Amberg33, what's up? Just emailed an official about running for city council. Good for you, Mark. I will try to do a housing first program and reopen closed polling stations. Good for you, dude. See, go for it, man. Go for it, brother. Yeah, Zuckerberg is creepy. Seeing that conversation between Truth to Tweet and good night, Mark Maxar. Anthony, what's up? Michigan, Alabama, Arizona National Guards were in Kenosha. What? What the fuck's wrong with the Wisconsin National Guard? Where are they? Good Lord. Vegan guns are not cheap. They're not. These are expensive guns. Sober Graham. Yes, I am. Biden is painful to watch. I'm critical of labor and environmental policy in China, even if that means I'm accused of ultra leftism. But if you want to fully understand China, search the Opium Wars. Yeah. No, I mean they started building green stuff in 2015 because they have a horrible smog problem. I was in Beijing in 2016, maybe 20, and it was like gnarly. It was gnarly, man. The smog. Need to oil them guns up. Look at those guns. Look at them. Got my Sparks jersey. Go Sparks. I'd love to see them win the WNBA here in the bubble. But I'd also love to see them just walk out and not play basketball and shut everything down until they fix police brutality. Nothing. I haven't heard anything new on Maxwell right now. They're keeping that quiet. Maybe they've already flown her out somewhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 319 likes. All right, I'm going to roll. I got to take a break before I go do this other show. Let me. You don't know me. All right, what are we singing? Economic anxiety is real. You got that right. The NBA players fell for Obama's platitudes and stopped the strike. I know. Isn't he great at just dead ending the left? Remember, we had a thriving anti-war movement in this country. We had a thriving anti-war movement in this country. And then Obama gets into office and everybody goes to sleep while he drops more bombs than Bush. It's just unbelievable. Hey, Tisha T, what's up? Yeah, if you're late to the show, I will archive the whole stream, usually within a couple hours a day at the latest on Patreon. So if you're a Patreon subscriber at the $10 level, you get the video. If you're a $5 bonus audio, you get the audio of it. It's like I release it as an audio podcast. And then please subscribe to the Political Vigilante podcast. I released the audio from this and all my live streams 3 or 4 days later. So the Patreon people and the Rockfin people get it first, and then like 3 days later. So that's another great free way to support the show is download and subscribe to my podcast on like iTunes or Stitcher or something like that. Downloading it, even if it takes up a lot of space on my phone, just download it, listen to it, and then erase it to clear up space because they track the download numbers and the listens. And those are, again, free ways to support the show. And if I can build up the audio podcast, that's another way that can help the show for free. So Tisha, what's up? Shaving Knuckles for Justice. If aliens from outer space came here, how would you tell them who the billionaires are and the pedophiles? Well, I hope they talk to me. Maybe they're watching this show. Aliens, if you come in peace, I'm the guy to talk to. I'll show you who's the bad people to get rid of. And then we'll all make this planet beautiful and we'll all get along. That's a great question, Tisha. All right, folks, what song you want to sing here? 324 likes, right on. Other show, you cheating on us. No, I got to be a guest on people's shows sometimes. You got to share the love. You can't just only have people on your, you got to go do other shows. It's where you kind of give back to the digital community. Von Arkham and the neoliberal capitalists. Kish Monahan, I think is his name. He wants me to come on his he has a Krish. Yeah, it's a Zoom thing. All right. Let me sing. How about You Are My Sunshine by William Shatner? Hold on. Hello. It's the aliens. All right. As William Shatner. Emberg 33, the old home guard, as your favorite singer. I'm gonna sing You Are My Sunshine. Achy Breaky Heart. Ooh, maybe I'll do that one. Hold on. Tisha T said, Tisha T, Achy Breaky Heart. Ooh, that's tempting. Progressive to Shimshay or Darien karaoke. I don't have time for that. I will a Darien video is going to be released soon, and I'm going to do more Shimshay maybe tomorrow. But I'll do Achy Breaky Heart. As William Shatner.
Why choose Invisalign over other?
What is she talking about? Here we go.
You can tell the world you never was my girl. You can burn my clothes when I'm gone. You can tell your friends just fool I've been and laugh and joke about my new cycle. You can tell my arms go back and forth. You can tell my feet to hit the floor. Or you can tell my lips to tell my fingertips. They will be reaching out for you anymore. Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart. I just don't think you'd understand. If you tell me how my achy breaky heart, he might grow up and kill this man. But it's my achy breaky heart. I just don't think you would understand. But this thing, that's what they're doing. You can tell your mom to move to Arkansas. You can tell your dog to bite my leg. Or tell your brother Cliff, whose fist can tell my lip, who never really liked me anymore. Tell your Louise Brooks. Tell anybody you please. Myself already knows I'm not okay. Or You can tell me I have to watch out for my mind. I might be walking out in today, but don't tell me how breaky heart. I just don't think you'd understand. And if you tell me how spot achy, breaky heart, might go up and kill this man. If you will open behavior frequency, call Starfleet headquarters, but don't tell my achy, breaky heart that we're proceeding to work. Don't tell my heart that my achy, breaky heart, Scotty, I just don't think you'd understand, but you can follow. And if you tell me, achy, breaky heart, blow up and kill this man. Don't tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, I just don't think we'd understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this man. There's a lot of music.
All right, folks. That's the show. That was super, super fun. Thank you, everybody, for supporting what I do. Can Shatner twerk next time? Tisha T. Yes, I'll try to get Shatner to twerk for you. He could use a little twerky twerk. 333 likes. Outstanding, everybody. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Tomorrow night, we'll be live at 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern, doing a Government Secrets with Lee Camp. We took last week off. We'll be back tomorrow. Tune in, like, share, subscribe, go to Patreon, Rockfin, all the great ways to support the show. Boom. Shave your knuckles for justice. You're making Gotham great again.